Hello, my name is John Erling of the oral history website, voicesofoklahoma.com, and the podcast, Voices of Oklahoma. And I want to welcome you here to our office and our studio. This is where I record and edit all these great stories of people who are known to you. Some of them you do not know, but they're all great stories. And my two sidekicks are Ingrid and Beth. Yes, Ingrid, I'm talking about you. They know so very, very much. But anyway, welcome, and it's nice to see you right there, looking at you in the camera. I can see you looking back. What we want to do in this video presentation is to interest you in a story. We'll play some of their voice, put pictures on it, and hopefully it'll whet your appetite so you'll want to go to the website. Now today, we have a story about a man who's well known in Oklahoma, nationwide as a matter of fact, and in our city, and that is the name of John Williams. John Williams of the Williams Companies. And when he was 31 years old, he co-founded the Williams Companies. And then soon after, they purchased the Great Lakes Pipeline Company. That's a great story in itself, which laid the foundation for the company as it is known today, Williams Companies. But what I want you to know in this video presentation is that he was a World War II hero, made a landing at Iwo Jima, and he was attached to the 5th Marine Division.
I landed on Iwo Jima 32 minutes after the 1st Marine, February 19th, 1945. Went in there to build the airstrip for the B-29s to land on after they bombed Japan.
Tell us about the landing on Iwo Jima.
By the time that we landed there, I was a company commander. Incidentally, I learned later that Henry Billman landed right next to me in the Marine Division that was next door to us. On the ship going out, there were 3 battalions of Seabees who were going into Iwo, headed up by a Commodore. I got to know the Commodore pretty well. I actually played a lot of bridge with him on the ship. He had to go in early to reconnoiter as to how the 3 battalions would be deployed. He asked me if I would go in as his aide. So the Commodore and I, after being 54 days practicing on a ship going from Hawaii to Iwo, we got into one of these landing craft, and we went in on the 16th wave of Marines, and a wave was landing every 2 minutes. So that's where I got the figure. We landed 32 minutes after the 1st Marine. When we landed, there was a sort of a sand dune strip. It was 20 or 30 feet high and about 30 yards from the water line. You'd say the front line was about 30 yards from the water when we landed there. The Japanese were doing a very wise thing. They were dropping mortars on the landing craft as we were going in, but mainly they wanted to get us on land where they could bombard us and kill us off on land more readily than in the water. I remember the first night there, we were dug in on the beach. Incidentally, this was February, and it was cold. I think it was 40 degrees, but it was pretty hectic. The first couple of nights there, it was sort of Russian roulette as they went up and down the beach landing mortars as to whether you were going to get hit or not. It turned out it wasn't my turn, but I must say there were a lot of people being killed and wounded.
And near you, too, I would imagine.
Right closer than you and I are.
Can you remember what's going through your mind?
I can. I wondered, is it my turn? And finally you said, well, hell, if it is, it is. But you come away from it pretty much of a fatalist.
Well, of course, John survived that ordeal. What a story that is. And he came home to make a major contribution to our state, our city, Tulsa, and of course to his company. When you listen to his oral history story, he talks about meeting the enemy, talks about growing the Williams Companies. Did you know that he spent maybe a night or 2 in jail? Yes, John Williams. And he has a cute story about jaywalking where he was almost arrested in front of the Williams Companies building. By the way, we have a book that we have published called Voices of Oklahoma. This too features many of the stories, partial stories, and hopefully it'll lead you to the website. Even if you don't go to the website, you'll learn a lot. This will be a great gift at gift giving time. You can go to Barnes & Noble and Amazon online to order these books just in time for gift-giving time. Proceeds of this book go by the way to producing more stories. So that's our video presentation for now. Be sure to wear your mask with me all the time. Stay safe. And as I used to say on the radio, shalom for now.